Now, there's a Parisian culinary creative lab called the Milk Factory, right? The Milk Factory, bear with me here. And it customises milk, yes, the drink milk, with different sorts of flavours such as cinnamon and star anise and even peppercorns and chilies. And it creates what they're saying, grown-up flavours. And it's led to people being, well, a connoisseur in milk. This is from the Daily Telegraph, telegraph.co.uk food and drink supplement. So we thought what we'd do is we'd go and visit a dairy farm, and I've been down to one near Wotton-under-Edge in Tytherington. And very soon, before 12 o'clock anyway, you're going to hear us milk tasting. This is the difference between supermarket milk and milk fresh from the cow. This is with Richard Cornock, who runs the dairy farm with his family. But first of all, we've been having a bit of a tour. We've heard the cows coming in. We've spoken to the relief milker. Now we're with Richard Cornock, and we're going to the other side of the farm to head into the cow shed to see what exciting things we can find in there. I'm south of the county. I've come down to just south of Wotton-under-Edge, and we're in Richard Cornock's farm, dairy farm. We're walking through the yard, lovely smells of the cows, and we're just opening up one of the gates here to find out what's inside, because I've been told there's a bit of a treat in here. Bit of a treat.
New arrivals on the farm, and we're going to go and see a couple of them at the back there. Let's go and have a little walk round.
Oh, so in front of me I've got about 10 Frisian cows all looking at us.
This is our maternity ward, if you like.
Oh, how lovely.
This is what we call the dry cow shed, and dry cows really are what you call cows that are having a little bit of a rest before they're due to calve. So you stop milking them and give them a couple of months or a month, depending on how you run your farm, of a sort of time where they can sort of relax, not be milked. And so we bring them in the shed, lovely lot of straw and stuff, and then very quiet place, apart from the odd tractor out the back there you can hear. And we let them calve in here when they want to, and you can see at the back. Let's go and have a look. There we go.
2 calves, and these 2 have both been born today.
Well, yeah, and the other mum's over there. That's her. So there's mum and daughter just.
So what you can hear there is mum and daughter calling to each other. Oh, look, her back legs just look so out of proportion.
I tell you what, it's quite funny, because that is quite an idyllic scene, isn't it? I mean, I know this is radio, but I work on the farm a lot, but every now and then you see that. The mum called it, the calf went across and they touched noses. And there's the other mum over there, and that one there is a black calf. It's an Aberdeen Angus calf, and she's what we call a heifer, so that's her first calf. And what we normally do is we put an Aberdeen Angus on a heifer, because Aberdeen Angus are a little bit smaller, a little bit easier to calve, so there's not so much pressure on her. And there they are.
And did you get a male calf?
That's a male one, yeah, the Aberdeen Angus is male. The British Frisian calf we saw as a heifer, is a girl. The male calf we're going to sell when it's about 3 weeks old, and that go off to market. And the black and white Frisian calf, we're going to keep that, and she'll end up being in our milking herd. So if you come back in here in about 2.5, 3 years, you probably become a milker.
Is it quite unusual to have 2 in one day?
Well, we calve all year round, so we sort of usually get a calf or 2 a week, probably. The main thing with us is that we do know their due dates, because what we do a thing called pregnancy diagnosis, where a vet comes in with a scanner. Just like when my wife was having her children, we scan them and they work out the size of the fetus and everything like that. They did that, and they work out the due date. And we also know the service date, because we use artificial insemination, so we kind of roughly know when they're going to calve. So once they're in here, it's just a matter of counting down the days till their due date, but we're always checking them, because you want to make sure that they're okay.
So these other ladies, these are all still pregnant?
They are indeed, and if I looked up their dates on the chart, I could tell you when they're due. But they're all due within the next couple of weeks.
So when you walked in this morning, was it a surprise? Did you find them were they born? Was there any complications? Did you need to be there?
That one there, the Aberdeen Angus, was already out and fine. The British Frisian had just been born and was still wet. But the other shock I had in here, I walked in here and I thought, what's that? I thought I saw a cat running across the back there. And then I realised it's a fox. And there must have been a fox having a little sleep in here. And it ran towards me, looked at me and went, whoa! Ran back, tried jumping over that wall in the corner, And then
which is about 6 feet.
It got up to about 5 foot and then fell back, and then actually thought, got to get out of here. So it actually legged it past me and got out.
Yeah.
But back to what you're saying about the calves, most of them calve, okay on their own. But I did actually have to pull one out the other day, and I've done that a lot now, so I know how to do it. But you've got to be careful. You can't just willy-nilly pull. But we had a heifer, so she hadn't calved before, and I came in here, and all you could see were the front feet and the front of the nose sticking out, but it was obviously she couldn't really push it out, so we got her into a shed, and I put some ropes on her on the feet, and there are a couple of cut off broom handles on these ropes, and I just pulled them out gently. And you've got to do it when she's pushing, but the calf was a bit too big for her and she couldn't get it out, so I ended up pulling it out. But the thing is, if you'd left that, she could possibly have died. Certainly the calf would have probably died.
And do they birth standing up?
Sometimes they go down and they push it out when they're led down. It's all a bit, you're never quite sure.
Because you hear, I've read a lot, that the animals don't experience labour pains like
I don't know.
humans do.
It's job for me to know.
I know you don't know.
I haven't had a baby.
And I can't ask these lot because they can't talk to me.
I think they can certainly feel discomfort. I mean, they are, when I was pulling the calf out, because it was a big calf, she was certainly moaning quite a lot, but I had to get it out. It was, if we get really big, we have had caesareans on the farm before now, on cows, but that's quite an extreme thing, and it's not a great thing to do a caesarean on a cow if you can help it.
Well, I wish you all a very happy birthday, all you ladies who yet to give birth, and these two lovelies. Happy birthday to you. I was talking to Richard Cornock, dairy farmer in Titherington near Wootton under Edge. And the reason for doing so is that we've read recently in a newspaper article that the market for raw milk is growing. And Stephen Hook of East Sussex dairy farm Hook and Sons says that he's seen a significant request for raw milk. He says more people are concerned and want to now buy as close to source as possible. He says, look how farmers' markets have taken off. It's all part of the same movement. And others, he says, are getting it on doctor's orders. Since he began selling raw milk online in 2010, sales have increased fivefold, with 3,000 pints ordered in a typical week, and even members of the Scottish rugby team glugging the stuff, he says. This is, that was a farmer there from Stephen Hook from East Sussex Dairy Farm, Hook and Sons. But the chap in the piece you've just heard, that was Richard Cornock, otherwise known as the Funky Farmer. We had him on the programme back in October because Richard has a video blog. It gets over 10,000 hits a day, and yesterday he put up online a very silly video of him just dad dancing, I suppose. He described it like that. Normally his videos are just of day-to-day life on the farm, but he decided to do a silly one for Boxing Day. And if you look him up on YouTube, put in the Funky Farmer, there's one of him dancing to some disco music, and he's there jumping across the bales, dancing, even getting into his tractor and then kicking his legs back. It will make you chuckle. Yeah, well, I'm sure it will. Music coming out from Paul Simon, and also we're checking in with Reg Moore after this.